Hey guys, Ranger here, and welcome back to another reaction and commentary video, and this is to the 24th episode of MLP, which is Top Bolt. And I can already assume that the title is a take on Top Gun. So I don't really know anything about this episode. I know it probably goes back to the Wonderbolt Academy. So without further ado, let's go and get on with them. I'm very curious about this episode, so starting the video in 3, 2, 1, please.
Spring training was awesome, but I can't wait to see my friends. I'm gonna catch up on some Daring Do with Twilight, help Applejack make my favorite cider, and have a sleepover with Pinky.
We get it. You have a fun week planned.
Meanwhile, I'm stuck here running Trials Week at the Academy.
But you love yelling and blowing your whistle.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, it's so good to be able to see this relaxed side of Spitfire. And Dashy looks adorable in that coat.
Huh? Oh, the map!
It was so great to be able to see that relaxed side of Spitfire. That was so cool.
So where am I going? The Crystal Mountains? Van Hoover? Here? Please say here.
Well, the good news is we both got called by the map.
Awesome!
Sweet.
Does that mean there's bad news?
No. Well, not exactly.
Aww, it was just there!
Okay, first off, Rainbow looks adorable in that coat. It looks really cool in that pilot jacket. That looks great on her. I gotta say, that looks really good on her. Okay, second of all, it was really cool to be able to see the sort of relaxed side of Spitfire there. Not exactly in the whole Captain of the Wonderbolts kind of concept. It kind of just relaxed and kind of just hanging out. That was so cool to be able to see that side of her. I loved it.
Alright, newbies. Welcome to Trials Week for the Wonderbolt Academy. You'll be judged on your speed, strength,
Okay, I like her.
agility, and technique.
I like her design.
Culminating in a
I like her
final
design.
evaluation. Will it be hard? Yes. Will you cry? Maybe. Will you fly so much your wings fall off? That has only happened once.
She's just exaggerating to make a point, right?
Oh my.
I mean, wings can't really fall off.
Okay, I like her.
Can they?
You think you got what it takes to be an
She's
elite
cute.
flyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am! Well, let me tell you, you don't!
He seems kind of arrogant.
I remember when she said that to me.
You don't think Rainbow Dash is the pony whose wings fell off, do you?
Quit your whispering and give me 500 laps! Go, go, go!
I just wanted you to know, you two are my favorite ponies in all of Equestria.
Well, isn't that sweet? Now get going on those laps! Welcome, Princess Twilight. What are you doing back so soon?
Official friendship business.
Have you noticed any pony having a hard time with their friends? Not really, but it's not my job to worry about their relationships. I'm here to make them elite flyers.
Adorable. They're so full of hope and competition. Their technique could use some work, though.
You should tell them. I'm sure they'd appreciate any notes from you.
Nah, I wouldn't want to mess with their confidence.
But they'll never get better if they don't know what to work on. Sloppy wing placement, crooked lines. I'm gonna have to drill them on basic technique in the classroom portion.
Classroom portion?
Yeah, it's every pony's least favorite part of trial week, but it has to be done.
Maybe we can help. Ooh, we can?
Absolutely. Between your flying skills and my teaching expertise, they can learn a lot. Plus, once they get to know us, they'll be more
Adorable.
comfortable coming to us with their friendship problems.
Count us in.
Great!
Ow.
You have your work cut out for you. Thank goodness I had time to whip up a few charts on flight patterns and wing symmetry. It's fresh in my mind.
And Rainbow looks like she doesn't give a buck.
This is so exciting! Maybe for you. I practically fell asleep when I went through this. Tell you what, I'll leave the teaching stuff to you, and I'll just make sure they stay awake.
I'm pretty sure their thirst for knowledge will keep them bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
They actually use that term here? That's a shock.
Wake up, newbies! Class is in session! Hello, students. I'm Twilight Sparkle, and this is Rainbow Dash.
But you can call us T-Sparks and the Dashinator.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding. And we're here to go over basic flying technique.
Waiting for somebody to draw fan art with that name on the side of an
I mean, we're here
F-16.
because we're amazingly awesome, crazy good flyers. We're way past basics.
What's your name?
Sky Stinger. You've never heard
She's
of me?
cute.
He set the record for the fastest vertical acceleration rate. 500 feet in 2 seconds.
Huh, that's pretty impressive.
It's amazing.
It is, and we can talk personal records after class, Ms.
Vapor Trail. She's my wing pony. I never fly without her.
But you'll have to in the solo trials.
There are solo trials?
Yep, it's a part of your final evaluation.
We'll ace that test with our wings tied behind our flanks. My picture will go right up there, next to yours.
That's a mighty big claim, considering every pony here is an amazingly awesome, crazy good flyer.
I know.
Okay. Let's get
I'm
back on
wondering
track. Now, who can
if
tell
he's
me the
just
best
completely
wing angle to
egotistic and
achieve minimal
self-absorbed.
air resistance?
Or if he possibly has...
Wake up, newbies! Class is in session!
These two are... The dynamic between them are hilarious.
Well, there were a few hiccups,
The-
but
or-
overall that went pretty well.
Yeah, no pony fell asleep. What?
Except
I'm
you.
not a student.
Hey, Peach.
Me or Twilight? Probably Twilight.
Both. About the solo test, I'm actually kind of worried about it.
Aw, that's
That voice
all
kind of
right.
sounds familiar, to
All
be
have
honest.
moments where we doubt ourselves.
No. I have absolutely zero doubts about myself. I'm a strong flyer, like really, really, really strong. But this isn't
Oh
about me.
my gosh,
I'm
this
worried
guy's
for Vapor.
arrogance.
Oh, well, that is very kind of you.
Tell you what, it's almost time for your freestyle training. Why don't you grab her and show us what you've got?
Yes. Prepare to be impressed. By me. Like I said, Vapor still needs work.
This guy's arrogance.
Well, he may be full of himself, but I have to admit, Sky's an excellent flyer. He must have shot up 200 feet.
But did you see Vapor Trail? Her wing was under his. I think she gave him a boost.
I guess I didn't even notice Vapor. I was too busy watching Sky. I think you're right. Vapor just created a gust of wind that caught Sky's wing at a 45-degree angle.
That's why he said he couldn't do it without her. He's using her.
Pony paid attention in class.
Sky obviously has no idea he's not actually amazingly awesome.
And Vapor's so busy making her friend look good, she's not focused on her own flying at all. This must be our friendship problem. And there's only one thing to do.
Tell without telling them.
You don't want to tell them?
Of course not. Flying is like 30% skill and 70% confidence. Can't mess with a flyer's confidence.
But you can't improve if you don't think you have to. Besides, Vapor's
Yeah, I can
keeping
relate
a
to
pretty
that.
big secret from Sky, and that can lead to trouble.
Yeah, but if we tell them that they've been holding each other back, that could be trouble too.
Ah, I nailed that flipping loop. I'm actually surprised you're still here. Thought I blew you away.
You were great, Sky.
Dude, I want to punch you in your freaking face right now.
You're gonna have to build up your endurance if you want a shot at the
I don't like her.
Wonderbolts don't get winded. Angel wings! You call that cloud busting?
I love the names.
Barely knew you were there. I love my job.
We'll keep working, and who knows? One day you might come close to being almost as good as me.
Oh, I don't think so. You were voted Stratospurt's most promising flyer. I was voted best sneeze.
You do have a really great sneeze.
Thanks, Sky. But I don't think I can sneeze my way into the academy.
I ship these two.
I'm pretty beat. I'm gonna hit the showers.
You have to help her.
Actually, she's not the one. Will do!
I'm very curious as to how this dynamic is going to work.
You did great. You're a really strong flyer.
Me?
Vapor Trail, we know what you've been doing. You've been doing great! You've been helping Sky.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sky doesn't need any pony's help. He's amazing.
Not without you. And it's gonna be pretty obvious during the solo trials when he can't get enough air to do a flipping loop.
Oh no, I can't let that happen. I mean, sugar cubes.
Why are you doing this for him?
It started when we were kids. You have to understand, Sky grew up with a lot of siblings. It was tough. He was always trying to get his parents' attention. Meanwhile, I was an only child who hated all the attention I got from mine.
Vapor Trail, where are you? Do you need a snack? Do you want
I totally ship these two. They're adorable.
Or we can just spend
Especially
some
her.
time
She's
together.
adorable.
All day is never enough.
Oh.
Mom!
She's adorable.
Up here! Look! Hey! Mom! Dad! Can you see?
Whoa, that was amazing. Flying together gave us both what we wanted.
Oh,
But I never told Sky how much I was helping him.
oh, this is a
It started
really
with a
cute,
small
not
push
sentimental.
here,
I love
A
it.
little gust of wind there. But I didn't think my help could actually hurt his chances.
I understand. But now you're both in trouble. You need to work on your tricks. And Sky needs to be able to fly without you, or he won't make it.
Oh, but he has to. Flying with the Wonderbolts has been Sky's dream ever since he was a colt.
What about you?
I guess I haven't thought about it. I just want to be with my best friend.
Then
Oh,
we have to find a way to help both of you. Starting with telling Sky the truth.
No, you can't. Sky will be crushed. And without his confidence, he won't fly as well.
Then I guess we'll give Dash's method a shot. Yes! I love being right. Here's what we'll do. Sky needs to build his strength. Air drills, wing lifts, all that boring methodical stuff. Sounds like my cup of oats.
But how will we get him to do that? He doesn't think he needs practice.
We'll just tell Sky that he should practice with Twilight, so you won't feel so self-conscious about getting special training from me.
With you? Really? You do that for me?
again,
You say
I
that like
love
it's
her
not
character
gonna be
now.
a blast.
That's so cute. And the story. Ooh, I love this music. Really, dude. Really. Okay. Good. What are those weights? Well, at least you went through them, if that's anything. Wow. Wow. Huh. Hmm. Excuse me. Oh wow, she did it.
You were awesome! Really? Thanks. I can't believe I was able to keep up.
That's the
I love that
first
little
nice
squeak
thing
in her
I've heard
voice
you say about
sometimes. I love
yourself.
it.
Hey! Can we switch now? I want to do tricks with Rainbow Dash.
You can't. I mean, you're already so good at the fancy stuff.
And the basic stuff? You're right. I don't need to practice at all.
maybe, Sky, you should.
I'm already the best, and every pony's gonna know it when I'm asked to join the academy tomorrow.
But not if you don't practice.
I wouldn't be surprised if they asked me to become a Wonderbolt straight out of the trials. Boom! Dream achieved.
Sky, you're not as good as you think you are.
What did you say?
Sky, I want you to get in as much as any pony, and you're amazing. But
But what?
I've been helping you.
Please! I don't need your help. Watch.
Ah!
How could you do this to me? Did you all know? Oh, great. So every pony but me knows I'm a joke. Was this your plan the whole time?
What?
To
No!
embarrass me?
No, you idiot!
No! Don't you know me at all?
I guess not, since it took
You
me this
stupid
long to find out
jerk!
You're a terrible wing pony.
I can't believe you!
I can't believe I was ever your friend.
Dude, go die in a fire. Jeez.
Do you think they're still...
Hey, they brought that back. Yeah, they're still mad.
Yeah, they're still mad. This is all my fault. If we had just done things your way, maybe we could have avoided this whole mess.
No.
It's my fault. It hit me when I was watching Sky train with you. He wasn't even trying. Oh no, he's lost his confidence.
Do you want to tell me why one of my most promising students is flying like a balloon with a hole in it?
It's a long story, but we'll fix it.
Yes, you will.
We really messed up, huh? I have a plan. Hey, Sky. I thought I might find you here.
Well, apparently I need a lot of practice. Guess I'm not the natural I thought I was.
No, you're not.
Thanks. Good pep talk.
I wasn't a natural at friendship, but with some practice and some help from my friends, I got better. And now I'm the princess of friendship.
So you're saying I can be the princess of flying?
Oh.
You're really good. You're lead pony material.
That's sweet of you, but no. I couldn't handle all the attention.
But you'll never become a Wonderbolt if you're too afraid to shine. That is what you want, right?
Well, not at first. I just wanted to be with Sky. But learning to do all
That's
those
so
fun
adorable.
tricks with you, it made me realize this is something I want for myself.
I was hoping you'd say that. Come with me.
What's she doing?
Now kiss and make up, would you?
Sky, Vapor was never trying to steal your spotlight. She thought she was helping you. And Vapor, you shouldn't have been so content to take a back seat. Now you can either stay mad or help each other and become two of the greatest flyers the Wonderbolt Academy has ever seen.
Yeah!
Please pick the second option. I don't want Spitfire to be mad at me.
Aww. This is such a sweet episode.
Focus on the cloud when you spin. It'll help you fly straight when you come out of it.
I love these two. Whoa. Again, I love these two.
Congratulations! You both made it into the Wonderbolt Academy.
So sweet. Oh.
Whatever you did, it worked. You still have a lot of potential. Who knows? They might even be better than you, Crash. Okay, let's not get carried away.
I just wanted you to know, you two are my new favorite ponies in all of Equestria.
Hey! I heard that!
She's so
I
cute.
can't believe we did it!
You were great. Even though you can outfly me, you can be my wing pony anytime.
Aw, and you can be mine.
Oh yeah, feels good to be home.
Phew, it's good to be home. You're telling me. Now we can finally catch up with some daring do. I can make cider with Applejack.
Dash! I've been looking all over
Fleetfoot.
for you. Wonderbolt emergency. We gotta get back to HQ.
What?
You gotta be kidding me. I was just there.
Wait, did you two plan that? Okay, this was an adorable episode. I really love this episode. Actually, honestly, this is definitely one of my favorite episodes of Season 6. This is definitely one of my most favorite episodes of Season 6. There's a lot in this episode. There's a lot of adorable stuff here. Okay. This was an adorable episode. Now, first off, I gotta say, with the characters, as soon as okay, Vapor Trail, Vapor Trail is definitely one of my favorite characters now. She's definitely one of my favorite characters. Angel Wings is also adorable. It's funny, I can't read Angel Wings without thinking of the anime Angel Beats. Anyway. Again, I love this episode. This was a totally sweet and adorable episode. There was a lot here. Okay. First off, it was interesting with these character dynamics here. Vapor and Sky had been friends since they were little. And Vapor wanted to help support her best friend, and she wanted to see him succeed. She wanted him to be happy. She saw that he wasn't the best flyer, and so she wanted to try to help him. And so she kept helping him. Seeing him happy made her happy, and so she originally didn't tell him that she was helping him all that time. She didn't want to disappoint him. She didn't want to hurt his confidence. And then whenever it came to joining the Wonderbolts, well, Sky over time ended up developing a selfish, self-centered personality, and he acted very rudely to Vapor. He acted really rudely to her. And that's why I was so upset with the guy, because she was his best friend, and she was trying to help him, and then he ended up just blowing her off. And so, again, that was honestly a very difficult scene for me to watch. And it was really interesting. I really loved the dynamics between these two. I mean, their interactions, the naturality with it. I mean, I loved the dynamics with them. The portrayal was beautiful. I mean, it was incredibly well done. It was gorgeous. It was sweet. and it was really cute, and it was also extremely realistic, at least to me anyway. And I really loved how that they did that. And whenever it came down to that performance with the Wonderbolts, it was interesting. I'm not sure who. I mean, I know there's probably fan art and probably maybe some comics and fan fiction that would go into some really good backstory for whose idea it was to actually join the Wonderbolts. I assume it was Sky's, and Vapor decided to follow him. She didn't really think about joining the Wonderbolts before. It was just not really occurred to her, and she ended up. She just wanted to be with Sky, and for me that's really cute. That's really adorable. And then she got to experience that, and she realized that it was something that she wanted to do as well. And it was a bonus because she would be able to do it with Sky, and so they would be able to do that together. And again, adorable. I love it. And then, so Rainbow and Twilight had two different ideas originally. Rainbow didn't. Both were right, actually. But again, both were right. And if they had have done it Rainbow's way, it would have backfired horribly. They did do it Twilight's way at first, and it actually did help. But the Rainbow was also right as well, in that it would hurt Sky's confidence. And so, again, it was the thing where Twilight and Rainbow were both right in their ideas, but they also had to work together and help both characters out. They had to help both Sky and Vapor out. And they had to work together as a team. And then, whenever it came down to it, Vapor realized that if she didn't tell the truth, that it would hurt Sky, that he would end up getting kicked out of the academy. And so she ended up he would basically hurt himself, and so she ended up having to tell him the truth. And I mean, you could just see it. I mean, she felt bad that she had let him on for so long. But she did it for a good reason. I mean, she wanted to help him. She wanted to see him succeed. She was supporting him. And she was being a great friend to him. And then he ended up being just bitter to her, blowing her off. And I think that she had planned it all along. And so, I was really upset with the guy. And I'm so thankful. I'm so glad that the two made up at the end. And then they lost their confidence, and then it was really cool because they realized, I mean, Rainbow and Twilight were able to get these two to recounsel, and they were able to work with these two and help them. And whenever Sky and Vapor realized, of course, that they're friends, and that they help each other, they support each other. And then whenever they ended up making up right there, it was so cute. It was so adorable. I mean, Sky just thought that they would just do like a hoof bump or a shake, but no, Vapor she hugged him, she glommed him and hugged him, and again, I love it. It's so adorable. I love those little heartwarming moments like that. Again, I love Vapor's character. I love how her character is written. I love her attitude. It's so cute. It's so sweet. I love it. It's just freaking adorable. I absolutely love it. And again, I love that they had the characters be so close. And one could easily say right now, and I have to say this briefly, that the question is, are these two actually a couple, or are they just really close best friends? And to be honest, I'm happy that they did it the way that they did, because they didn't directly say that the characters were a couple, but they didn't explicitly say that they were just best friends. So it's basically up to a person's perspective as to, do they want to imagine the characters as just being best friends, or do they actually want to imagine them being a couple? And so, I mean, and to be completely honest, no, just because they're male and female, that doesn't mean that they have to be to be a couple. There are definitely times whenever a male and female can hug. They can be that close, but not be dating. And so, I'm really glad that they did it the way that they did it. In that, you know, it wasn't explicitly shown, or fully shown whether or not they're dating or not. I love the dynamics, and again, there's enough definitely there that you can work off of to say that they are a couple, that they do have a major crush on each other. Yet there's also just that really great friendship balance between them, to that you can just say that they are extremely close friends. That they are, like, I mean, really close. And again, I love that the dynamic was done to the degree that it was, so that you could just say, you know, it's either way, and it leaves it up to it leaves it up to every person's interpretation. But again, for me personally, I kind of imagine myself personally that they are a couple, because I just think it's adorable. And but then again, you know, that's me. Yeah. Also, in regards to Vapor and Sky, like I said, I know that there are two different kinds. I mean, there are two different ways in which fans will look at Sky and Vapor. Some fans will look at them as just being friends. Others will look at them actually as being a couple. And I said before that with the male, and that with males and females, that they don't have to every time be a couple, that they can just be really close friends. And and for me, I can imagine either for Sky and Vapor. I mean, for me, I can easily imagine them as just being best friends and not actually having any romantic connection between them. But I can also just as easily imagine them as having a romantic connection. For me, I can imagine either, and I love the concept of both. I mean, I love both ideas, and I can easily imagine both. I mean, I can easily imagine either one. I mean, I personally, I'm not picky. I can easily and happily imagine them as just being best friends, and I can also easily and happily imagine them as actually being a couple. And so, like I said, it's basically up to, you know, different fans as to how they're going to interpret it. But like I said, for me, I stand on both. I mean, I'm basically right in the middle. I'm completely neutral. I can go with either one, and I'm perfectly fine with it. And for me, seeing like imagining them, like I said, as just being friends, I'm totally cool with that. Imagining them as being lovers, I can imagine that. I can imagine that as well. And I love both ideas. But that's me personally. Then whenever they started working together, I mean, whenever they started helping each other out, cheering each other on, I love that. They were there for each other. They helped support each other. They encouraged each other. They cheered each other on. And it took the support and the help from each other to build each other up, to help each other to succeed, to be better than what they were originally. They helped each other. They supported each other. They were there for each other. They cheered each other on. And it was knowing that they had each other's backs, that they had such strong support in each other, that, I mean, it wasn't confidence in themselves, really. Well, I guess you could say that they had confidence, but they also had but they really had that confidence because they had each other. They had each other as best friends, and they had that support. They had each other to count on, and they were able to be there for each other. And it was so cool, and I love that, because again, that's extremely true. I mean, you can have two people who can do something on their own and it not really go far, but whenever you have the support of a friend, whenever you have the support of a really great friend, and whenever you can support, I mean, whenever you have the support of a really great friend, you feel like you can do anything. And then whenever you are able to support really great friend, it feels great to be able to have their back, and vice versa. I mean, it feels great knowing that you have somebody that has your back as well. And so I love the dynamic here. This is just so sweet. This is so beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous. I love this portrayal between these two. And I mean, I love these characterizations. I love these characters. Uh, Vapor Trail was just adorable. I mean, I love her character, and I mean, she's sweet, she's supportive, and I love that dynamic about her. It's incredible. I love it. And then, you know, Sky, again, he did have an arrogant attitude, but I'm glad that he basically dropped that at the end, and he was able to just, I mean, he was kinder to his friend. And again, I love that between them. I mean, it definitely was great to be able to see that. And again, it's extremely realistic that sometimes whenever you have the support of a best friend, you feel like you can do anything. And whenever you have a best friend, I mean, like that, it's incredible. And so I love that. It's incredible. I love it. It's extremely adorable, and I love how that they did it. And again, it's extremely true, and it's incredibly relatable. And then at the end, whenever they got into the academy again, uh, Vapor she just hugged him. She just pounced him in joy. And again, I love that. I love those interactions between these characters. I love it. I absolutely adore it. It's so cute. It's so adorable. It's so heartwarming. I love it. I'm absolutely gushing here. I have to say, as far as background characters go, like background character interactions, this is definitely one of my favorite portrayals right here. And so I mean, there's a lot with these characters here, and it's so cute. There's a lot of stuff with it. I absolutely love these characters, and honestly, I really hope we get to see more of them. I really am looking forward to see the fan art of these characters. I'm really looking forward to it. And again, it's really incredibly true right there. I mean, I love how that they did that. And Rainbow and Twilight were able to help these two and help them to see the truth, but Sky and Vapor were able to recounsel. They were able, I mean, they were still able to be best friends, and honestly, they were closer. They became closer because they realized that they were still able to help each other, and they were closer because they were able to help each other. They were able to see each other be happy and be able to get what they wanted. And one of the things that they wanted was able to be together, was able to do that together. And they were happy because they were able to be together and be able to experience that together. And so again, I love that. It's so beautiful. It's incredibly well done. I absolutely adore it. It's so good. And it's just, I mean, it's incredibly sweet, and I love it. And my heart is probably turning into a puddle right now, like exploding into confetti. But again, I absolutely love it. It's really cute. And again, it's extremely true. And I love that dynamic. I love how they did the story. I mean, it's just adorable. And then there was also some other things to mention throughout this episode. Sorry. Oh, dang. Sorry. 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 Anyway, it was also really cool to be. It's always great. I mean, like, Spitfire is also one of my favorite characters, and so it was also great to be able to see her as well. Okay, briefly. I also love these other characters here. These other background characters. Angel Beats. Oh dang! I mean, not Angel Beats. Angel Wings. Sorry. Angel Wings, sorry. Angel Wings is adorable. I love her character. I love her color. She's really cute as well. I love her. And again, her voice, Vapor's voice, Sky's voice, I love them. They did fantastic. They fit so well with their characters. Pardon me. And now, like I said, it was great to be able to see Spitfire again. I loved, again, Spitfire is definitely, pardon me, one of my favorite characters, and I think it's great to be able to see her again. And I think it's great to be able to, like, this episode showed a bit of a more lighthearted characterization with her. She wasn't completely like the hardcore drill instructor that we've seen before. I think this gave a good insight to I think this episode also helped to give a bit of a better, to give a better insight to her personality, to show that she's not completely hardcore all the time, that she can be smirky and she can be laid back at times, and that she still has a heart. And I'm glad that they're giving more detail and more depth with her character, and I'm really happy that they're doing it that way. And like in the beginning, whenever she's talking about having to do those drills and how she actually enjoyed it, again, it was really cool because we got to see we got to see a bit of a softer side to her. And again, I love that portrayal of her. It was really good. I absolutely love it, and it's really fantastic. And I love that they're giving more detailing and more depth to her character. Same thing for Fleetfoot as well. I love that. It's really fleshing out these characters. And then we get to see Rainbow Dash, and, okay, briefly, I was kind of hoping, honestly, whenever I heard about this episode, Top Bolt, I started to say Top Gun, that I was actually hoping that Lightning Dust would return, would end up getting redeemed, or like redeeming herself like Trixie and Starlight and Sunset, but she wasn't in this episode. I did actually see a spoiler. There was actually a poster of the Lightning Dust over on the side, over on the left. And I saw that because I did actually look up her character on the MLP Wikia to know ahead of time whether or not she was in this episode. And so hopefully she'll come back in season 7. And hopefully get redeemed, because I did like her character. I know she had a very bad attitude, but I think it was one of those things that she had to learn from. And so I'm really hoping that she comes back, honestly, because again, I would like to see her redeemed and become a good character. I really would. But again, seeing Rainbow in that flight jacket, again, I love it. I mean, it looks great on her. It really does. I mean, she looks like a pilot. And I love that look for her. It really suits her, honestly. It really does. She looks adorable in that. And it was really cool that, Rainbow, she was still doing what she loved, but again, it felt good to get back home. And then she finds out that she has to go. Now we get to see a brief glimpse. We get to see Starlight Glimmer here. Again, really cute. And wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. I just paused. Oh, okay. I thought maybe... Okay, I actually paused it here at this scene. I thought actually for a moment that Rainbow's name was actually on the jacket. And you know what's funny? Maybe it's just me, but on this screenshot, if you pause this at the right moment, it kind of looks on the name badge that you can see an M and a Y. And I'm wondering if maybe it was supposed to be like My Little Pony. It kind of looks like that. I know it's basically just a scribble, but again, I think it's really cool. Like Rainbow, it was hilarious that she gets called back to there, and again, it was really cool. Again, I love the dynamic. I love the more the fleshier background and characterization and personality that they give that they're giving Spitfire, and I love that with her. And then I also think it's really cool that we get to see more with her, character. And it was also, I love the dynamic between Rainbow and Twilight, being able to see them actually, seeing them work together. I think it was really cute. And again, it really fun to see these two working together. And it was hilarious whenever Rainbow just busts through the door with an air horn, and was like, teaching begins, and then Twilight walks in, and she just goes full nerdy teacher, which was adorable. And then Rainbow dozes off. Like, Rainbow's supposed to be a teacher, she just dozes off. And again, I love the dynamic between these two. It's freaking hilarious with these two. It's really hilarious with these two. It's really, to be honest, it kind of makes me think of, I don't know why it just kind of made me think of that, but it kind of made me think of the characters, okay, yeah, the characterizations here, seeing these two working together, it kind of made me think of the characters from the anime You're Under Arrest. Like with Twilight being Miyuki and Rainbow being Natsumi. And I mean, if you've watched the anime, you probably know what I'm talking about here. Again, that's definitely one of my favorite animes. But again, I love the dynamic with these two, seeing these two working together, trying to teach the trainees and everything. And again, that dynamic between them is just hilarious. I love it. It's really fun. It's really lighthearted and really adorable. And again, we also got to see some really adorable moments with the characters here as well. We got to see some really cute moments, some really adorable faces, and so again, we also got to go back to the Wonderbolt Academy, which is also great. We got to see that. And again, like I said, there was some really adorable moments with the characters here. And I love this. This was a really fun episode. And I really loved how that they did this episode. There was a lot of great stuff in it. And it was just really well done. I really love this episode. And like I said, this is definitely one of my favorite episodes of this season. Possibly the whole series. This is definitely probably one of my favorite episodes of the entire series. And again, we also got to see the backstory with Sky and Vapor. And it was interesting to see that, like, Sky had a lot of brothers and sisters. And again, this is actually a realistic dynamic here. Sky had a lot of brothers and sisters, and so he was almost like the runt of the family. And so he kind of felt ignored. And Vapor was the one pony who actually, I mean, Vapor, she was an only child, and because of that, she got all of the attention. And I know for a fact there are people that can relate to that in both situations. If you have a lot of brothers and sisters, at times it feels like you're kind of isolated. And other times it can feel that way sometimes, and sometimes it is that way. And sometimes if you're an only child, sometimes it can feel like you're kind of getting crushed by a little too much attention. And so again, I mean, it's really interesting with that dynamic here with these characters. And it was adorable to see them. And again, like they became best friends, and they started just hanging out together. And Vapor was the one person who actually looked at Sky normal, and actually she gave him something. I mean, she helped him, and then she ended up helping him, and then they quickly became best friends. And she started helping him. And again, I love that dynamic with these two. I really, really do. It was really cute. It was sweet. And again, I love Vapor. She's just so cute. And her personality, I love her personality as well. And I love her mannerisms. And again, I just love this. And I love the dynamic between Vapor and Sky here. And again, he's like that guy that I mean, I wanted to punch him whenever he was being harsh to Vapor for trying to help him. I wanted to deck the guy in his nose. But I'm really glad. I'm really happy that they reconciled in the end, and they were actually able to become stronger. They were able to help each other. They were able to support each other, cheer each other on, and just be there for each other. And they were still able to join the Wonderbolts, get in the academy together, and they were now able to do that together as friends. And they're able to help each other, be there for each other, and just be together. And again, I mean, for me, whenever I think about it like that, my heart just melts. Like, it's so cool, it's so cute, it's heartwarming. I love it. And it's just really adorable, and I love it. And so, again, I'm really looking forward to seeing the fan art with these two, and hopefully reading fan fiction as well. And so, again, really, really well done. I love it. I absolutely adore this episode. And then we also got to see a bit of Rainbow's personality here too. Like, she still has a bit of that, like, I'm the best kind of personality, to be honest, about her. It's a bit there, but it's actually not as prominent as it was, like, in Season 1 and Season 2 and such. I mean, Rainbow has kind of stepped back with that. I mean, she doesn't really care to let some ponies be in the spotlight anymore, but there still is a bit of her personality there. And I think it's interesting that from time to time that kind of comes, that kind of comes through. But I think it's really cool that she's more open-minded to others, sharing the limelight, and she's able to actually teach now herself, and I think that's really cool. it's in her own way. But again, I think it's really cool. It's definitely, I mean, it's definitely an improvement on Rainbow's character since the season 1 and season 2 Rainbow and such. We've definitely seen her. We've definitely seen her develop over time, and I think the way that her character is now is great. And then I think it was also hilarious, like at the end, Rainbow, like again, it's really cool. Like you get to do something that you love to do. It does feel good sometimes still whenever you get to just kind of sit back and relax. And then Fleetfoot came in and said they needed Rainbow at the academy, and then Rainbow just passed out. Again, I still don't know if Twilight set that up with Fleetfoot to do that, or if Fleetfoot just did that with, just did that. I don't know. Pardon me. But, or if they really needed, if they really needed Rainbow. I don't know. But I'm probably going to more guess the former, because Fleetfoot just laughed at the end. And I imagine, I imagine if it was an emergency, if it was a really big emergency, she wouldn't have been laughing. She probably would have been grabbing Rainbow and pulling her out. So I kind of believe that it might have been a setup by Twilight, possibly as a joke at the end, for Fleetfoot to show up and want Rainbow Dash to come along with her. And again, I think it's really cute. I think it's also it's subtle, but I think it really shows a really good dynamic there. It's showing that friendly. It's showing those friendly interactions between them. It's showing Rainbow, Spitfire, and Fleetfoot as well. Treating each other as friends, and I think that's really cool. I think that's really really wonderful. And then it kind of makes you think. Like almost Rainbow, like it kind of makes me think that Rainbow is like the way that it was kind of done here, and I know that's not directly the case, but I know that the Wonderbolts is based off of the real life Blue Angels, and because we've also seen the Wonderbolts attempt a bit to do things pertaining to fighting, like Spike whenever he was a giant. It kind of gave off the impression that the Wonderbolts were a bit of a sort of military. But we haven't really seen that very much since then, so that might be something that's kind of just dropped. It's just, the Wonderbolts are basically the Blue Angels. One could also speculate, again, that it's a part of a military kind of thing. But I'm not really sure. It's definitely not as strict in that sense, because, letting people onto a training facility, onto a training base like that. So, yeah. But I think it's interesting. Like one could probably imagine that Rainbow. It's almost like emergency personnel, because like Rainbow is kind of on call almost, and instead of a pager, Fleetfoot just came to get her for something. And so again, not really sure on that. It's an interesting thing to actually think about. But again, I really, really love this episode. This is definitely one of my favorite episodes of this season, possibly the whole series. And I really love it. I gotta say, I love Vapor and Sky here. I love their interactions. It's really sweet. I absolutely adore this episode. It was fun. It was sweet. It was definitely a very beautiful, very touching, and heartwarming episode. It was heartwarming. There was also some really good laughs as well. I love the story. This is a really great episode. I really loved it. And so to everybody that worked on this episode, everybody that wrote the story, everybody that was involved with this episode, thank you so much. This was a fantastic episode. I really, really loved it. This was a really wonderful episode. And again, thank you so much to everybody, Hasbro, DHX, everybody that worked on this episode, everybody that was involved with this episode. Thank you so much for this episode. This is a phenomenal episode. There's a lot to love about this episode, and I love it all. And so again, thank you to everybody for this episode. This is a truly wonderful episode. Thank you so much. And again, As always, I'm curious about what you guys think as well. Please let me know what you have to think in the comments below. I'm very interested about your thoughts. And again, thank you guys again for joining me. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next video that I do. Take care.